Are you at a loss trying to determine where and how to start creating systems in your business? Don't worry, because I can help you. But you don't have to take my word for it. Today, I'm talking with Jodi Silverman about how a back office assessment and the customized action plan she received eliminated her frustration with her business and helped her get the clarity she needed to move forward. Welcome to the Mind Your Time podcast with Shannon Baker. I'm your coffee-loving host and the CEO of a boutique consulting company where I work with purpose-driven women like you who have tight schedules and an aversion to technology. But they're ready to get organized and create business systems so they can leave overwhelm behind and get things done. I strongly believe that being busy is not a badge of honor. We just need to be more intentional with our time and create success on our own terms. So grab your cup of coffee, some sparkling water, or pour a glass of your favorite wine, and let's dive into today's topic. I want to welcome you to today's chat, which is actually my first guest episode of the year. And I'm excited to share this conversation with you that I had with Jodi Silverman. She was actually referred to me to get help with her business systems. Now, while we aren't currently working together, I'm excited to see the clarity that Jodi now has in her business after getting organized and getting some basic systems in place, as well as getting many of her processes documented. So I wanted to bring her on so that you can hear directly from her what the business assessment was like, what the action plan was like that she received, and what it was like when we did work together. Now, as I mentioned, Jodi was referred to me by a fellow CEO that we have in common who knew how frustrated and overwhelmed she was with her business. And she knew that I could give Jodi the relief she needed so she wouldn't throw in the towel, which she was really ready to do. Now, if you feel like Jodi right now, or if you just want help determining where to start implementing systems, a back office assessment is a great way for you to identify that starting point and more. So go to theshannonbaker.com/assessment for more information. And now let's get into my chat with Jodi Silverman. So I'm so excited to be speaking with Jodi Silverman today, and we're going to jump right into this conversation. So Jodi, let's start by you telling us about your business and what you do.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for having me and hosting me. I am a certified life coach, community builder, and public speaker. I serve and support the empty nest mom and midlife woman in discovering who she gets to be during this next act of her life.
Great. Now tell us a little bit about your services that you provide, because they're a little different than what some people may think when they hear life coach.
Yes. So I bring everything I do is through community. So I have a membership. So my community is called Moms Who Dare, and our membership is called Moms Who Double Dare. There always is a little bit of an element of fun, and dare to me is just that word that represents fun and reminds us to step out of our comfort zone. So I provide a membership community option where people pay me a monthly membership, and within that membership, there's various opportunities to connect, make friendships, always personal growth through, and that's where I bring my coaching and my mentoring, as well as fun and daring experiences, both virtually and in person. And then the other part of my business is the public speaking. Bringing me into other communities, other women's groups to speak about daring. How do you dare on to create the life you want, whether it's the life in your personal life or the life in your business? Sometimes it's both. That's really the two arms of what I do is all about community and speaking.
And you do a great job with that, especially with your live events. They look amazing and fun for sure.
Thank you.
So now one thing I want to highlight is how we got to meet each other. It really shows the importance of building strong relationships within your community. So Jodi and I were introduced to each other by a phenomenal woman we have in common, Robin Graham, April of last year, 2022. So when we think back to that time, almost a year ago, and she just connected us, felt that, she knew you were looking for some help.
Hmm.
and she put the recommendation out there. So then we had a quick chat on Zoom, kind of talked about what you needed, how I could help. And then you booked a back office assessment while I was on vacation, might I add, that shows the
Yes.
importance of systems.
Yes.
So let's talk about what was happening when you decided to book that assessment before and even after we talked to each other.
So I had spent at that point, I called you, it was April already. Oh my God, I'm trying to think, it was so far away, but yet it was just yesterday. Um, so that was entering the second quarter of 2022. And I was feeling a little bit spinning, kind of out of control, making decisions where to go, what to do first, what to do next. And a lot of that spinning had to do with not having support, not having the right systems in place, not having any systems and filing systems organized. I use Google Drive. That is not my strong suit. I'm a creative thinker, I'm a doer, I'm an executor, but the organizational part of the systems started to get a little bit out of control, and I froze. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't even find certain files or photos or documents that I really needed on a day-to-day basis. My folders had folders, which had folders and folders and duplicates. And it's because everything in a good way was really growing quickly and moving fast, but my systems were not there. And so when I was speaking to Robin, I don't know if we were on Zoom or on a phone. I was at a point where I was really like, just forget it. I'm done. I don't even know what to do. I was feeling so anxious over the lack of organization because in my physical space, I'm organized. I find it very, very different to organize a virtual space. My physical office space, not an issue ever. And Robin and I had been colleagues and entrepreneurial uh, women in the entrepreneurial space for years together. And she could hear the frustration, and she immediately brought up your name. And I want to introduce you to Shannon. I think she's somebody that you could work with. And she introduced us, and she was right.
Mhm. Yeah, we had a wonderful call, had some laughs, good conversation. Now, once I told you about the assessment right away, you were like, okay, send me everything I need to do. Let's book it.
Yes.
Now, what were your expectations of the assessment itself?
You know, yeah, I get to my mind, it was like we talked about the fact that you would help organize my G Suite, that whole Google Drive thing. I guess the assessment, in my mind, I got an email with a little brief summary of what we talked about, and maybe the first 3 or 4 action steps we could take together to get moving. And then if you want to engage with me, click here and let's do it. Like one email or maybe even a Google Doc at most.
Okay. So we had the assessment, and then I sent you a full report. So once you got the actual assessment, what were your key takeaways from it? And how did you feel afterwards?
And so first I have to say, for anybody out there, the report was so detailed and so thorough and yet not overwhelming at all. It was so professional and so organized and broke down. Let me back up. So my first reaction when I opened it was, wow, Shannon got me. She really, during our assessment, our Zoom, when I booked you to do the official assessment, and then you issued this report to me, it's so clear and concise, but on point. You really got me. You understood what I was doing, what I needed help with, and where I really needed to put systems in place. And I was blown away by how detailed yet simple it was to navigate. Because I want to be clear on that, because there are people that think, oh, report. Oh, no, I can't handle it. Yes. It was so clearly outlined. It was huge but not overwhelming. And I felt relief when I saw your report. Relief. I hadn't even, signed up to implement with you, but I immediately felt like the anxiety, like, oh my gosh, Shannon will help guide me in getting the systems and the organization in place that I need in order to function on a day-to-day basis. And also what was important to me, Shannon, was I was at a point in my business where I needed to look to hire a team. And I would say, you were the first team member I hired. But I could not hire a team with everything so disorganized. I didn't even have standard operating procedures in place for just the little everyday tasks that I needed done. So I felt relief that here I found this person, Shannon Baker, and I was going to finally get organized.
Great. And when that was one of the things you brought up multiple times, I need to outsource. I need to outsource. I need a VA. I need a VA. And my response each time was, okay, let's be patient. We've got to get some things in place before you hire that person so they know exactly what they need to do for you, because you had the processes in place. Some were documented, but a good portion that we needed to have documented was in your head. So it did take some time to get that process. But I do appreciate that even when I gave you tasks that you needed to do, because this does require some work from the business owner, for me to do my part, you did it. So you're definitely an action taker. So I gave you the plan. We talked about it, outlined what we needed to do, and then we started working. So now you chose to do the 6-month implementation because that fit your budget, which that was my goal, was to make sure everyone had a price point they can come in on. And the largest part from the beginning was getting your Google Drive in order, which took some time and some effort, but
I wish your audience could see your face and my face laughing and smiling. I just have to say, God bless you, Shannon. Because when we really revealed the G Suite, you had your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it was some work. And believe me, I had a couple of glasses of wine to give myself some relief as I was working on that. But it brought me joy as it started to get cleaned up and consolidated, to know that it was even giving you relief so you could really focus on the things you wanted to do in your business. So we're about a month and a half into the process of getting things organized and starting to create some of your documentation. But then you got overwhelmed because you had a lot of stuff going on. You were thinking about starting a coaching program. Will it be 6 months? Will it be 12 months? What am I going to do with it? Should I grow the membership? I've got this event. I've got the speaking engagement. You had all these things. So one thing that was key to us working together was us communicating through Voxer. So I've gone back and listened through some of those messages to prepare for this chat. And I remember the one you sent me. You were like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I forgot. Like, I can't keep up. What am I supposed to be doing? So we adjusted the process to where I would send it to you either through Voxer or send you an email. So once we made that adjustment, which helped you see that things were still going forward, how did that help you to refocus your energy?
Oh, well, Shannon, you talked me off a cliff. I did. And let this be a lesson for all entrepreneurs. Don't do all those things at one time. And I know that you and a lot of other people were trying to get that through to me, and I have since scaled back. I feel much better, but that your willingness, you heard the panic in my voice. We had just had a call and I still had no idea what I was doing. And it wasn't any fault of yours in communicating, but you immediately just took me down and okay, I'm going to send you. And I didn't listen to the message, but I do believe what you just mentioned is you responded in a way that was going to break down step by step everything that we were working on. You reminded me what we had said. And then you offered to send me more frequent updates so that I would stay on point. I would stay on task. And it calmed me. You, Shannon, you organized my business. You helped quiet and calm my mind, which is no small feat. And it gave me, it released a lot of that negative self-talk that could come in, like, what is going on with me? What is wrong with me? Why can't I do this? And I'm a self-talk guru. And I got into this place and I felt much, again, I keep using the word calm, but you are a calming influence. And that is what I needed I do never need to work with somebody like me. We will implode together. But you took the reins, and I never felt you never sounded annoyed with me. You never sounded short with me. You never sounded frustrated with me. You understood, and you just offered a solution that could help bring it down a little bit and calm it down and slow it down and organize it for me. And I so appreciate that to this day.
No, thank you for sharing how the process helped you to calm down. As I always say, keep calm and streamline. That's our motto, right?
Like
So
that.
good to know that it actually worked. Is my method and my methodology works for that.
Yeah.
So now as we got, I would say probably about 2 months in, you got some clarity and said, okay, I'm at a point where I just need to pause everything and take a step back. Once you did that, which meant our contract ended, and it did end early, but I understood the decisions that you needed to make because I could see there was just too much going on for you. So I really was glad that you decided to pause, breathe, and pick your path forward. So, how would you say that the time we spent working together helped you to decide how to move forward in your business?
By you stepping in and organizing everything, I was able to then, I can open up my virtual world of G Suite, and I could see all the pieces, and I could see where there was duplication. I could see where there was repetition, had been, and I could see where more simplicity could be. Because you didn't just organize a G Suite, you gave me tactical ideas on this could be automated. I just want to share it. I mean, you took me through. You challenged, you dared me to make a list of everything I subscribed to. I mean, this wasn't just about organizing my G Suite. This was about organizing my business, understanding what subscriptions I had, where was I automating, not automating, and because of that, and because of your willingness and ability to actually hear in your client's voice what was going on, it allowed me to push the pause. It allowed me to see through you, okay, if we continue, Shannon, I'm going to be spinning Shannon's wheels in mine because I realize there are things that I'm moving forward with that don't feel in alignment with me. That I don't really want to systemize or work with. That's what it allowed me to do. And so we did push pause only because I wasn't moving forward with what we had planned out to move forward with. And it's because of all the work we did in the beginning, the organizing, the breaking it down. You actually offered me some really great strategy and ideas on one of my programs. And I sat back and I listened. I said, you know what? There's too many shiny objects in my life. What is it that I really love to do that when I do it, even the hard work isn't hard and doesn't bother me? What lights me up? That's what working with you. That's what doing the months, weeks and months worth of work together allowed me to see it and realize I was doing things that I just didn't want to do. And as an entrepreneur, I get to say no.
Mm-hmm.
You allowed me to see that. And pushing pause it's hard. I mean, I liked having you, and talking to you every week, but pushing pause is probably the best thing. And I don't know that I would have done it as soon as I had done it had we not worked together to that point.
Mm. So once you push pause, you came to the realization that you needed to focus your energy on something you already had existing, which was your membership. How is that going?
It's going really well. I've been able to really, meet some of my Double Dare members on Zoom and really understand some things that they want and what they're looking for. I've gotten clarity on how I want to move forward with the membership, what I want to bring to it. I know for a fact that the membership will always be there. I have two main things that light me up tremendously when I do them, and that's being in community and speaking. And those are the two aspects of my business that will always be there. It's how I go about building the community and building the speaking and executing it that will be the difference between feeling like I felt in April and feeling how I feel now moving forward.
No, I love to hear that. And I see all the things you're doing online, and I can tell you're much more focused than you were in April or even when we were working together because you were splitting yourself into too many different directions. But you're right. Once we sit down and we get organized, and like you said, organization is not about more than files. It's organizing your thoughts and organizing your strategy, picking what lights you up and deciding, okay, I need to use my power to say no because I don't want to do it, even though everyone says it's the best thing for me, which is what was going on with you. This person said I should do this, and this person also said I should do that. And you were like, okay, okay, okay.
Well,
But
because Shannon, you hit on something very important. And I just said this to another fellow entrepreneur friend of mine. I'm good at a lot of things. I can do a lot of things. Don't have to do all those things that I'm good at. Just because I'm really good at something doesn't mean I want to do it. And, I share that with my members, with my coaching clients in the past. And it's so much easier to see when somebody else falls into that, that valley of, chasing somebody else's dreams, because you know what? I'm good at that. Oh, why wouldn't I do that? It's easier to see when somebody else does it than when you do it. And that's what I was doing. And it's okay. I learned so much about myself, and it brought me to you. And I know we're going to work again together. I know we are. And that I know for sure. But yeah, working with you you were the first team member. I considered you a team member, even though you're a contractor. And it helped. It helped in a lot of ways.
no, appreciate you sharing that. Definitely. So I just want to say I thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us about the assessment itself, how it helped you, how it made you feel that relief, because that's the key part. Systems bring relief, even though they're not fun, but they help you to elevate your business and take it to the next level. So before we wrap up, tell everyone again where they can find you online. But I am going to put the links in the show notes as well.
All right. So the Moms Who Dare Facebook group is a great place to go. And, JodiSilverman.com. Everything's there. And I'm really proud of that site. A new about page where people can really get to know who I am, and you can find the Facebook group there and information about the Double Dare membership. Everything you need is right there on my website.
Perfect. Again, those links are going to be in the show notes, so please go make sure you check out her website and the Facebook group. It's the springboard to getting to that community that Jodi really fosters engagement and interaction with. It's really, really great. So before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts for someone who's not sure that the assessment is something that they need right now?
What I would say is that the assessment, you can't move forward without it. And the assessment is not just meet with Shannon on Zoom for a couple hours and she'll send you an email and this is how much it costs. Shannon takes the time to truly understand who you are, who you serve, and how you serve, and breaks down every piece of your business, from how you're managing your financial end of your business to how the systems you have in place or you don't have in place, and organization of your files and your most important documents. I've learned the hard way. You must get those in place now before you want to do it. You sometimes you grow so fast, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we start with an assessment today, what you put in place for me was very forward thinking that could handle when my membership grew. As a matter of fact, we automated a couple things that were automated. And when I just had a member join, I had zero anxiety about it, because everything that the whole system, from when somebody said, okay, I want to be a member, they clicked the link The minute they clicked the link and they signed up to be a member, it just took them through every step. And I could just wake up in the morning and know that everything was done. And all I had to do was meet my new member. So you need the assessment. If you're going to run a business efficiently, effectively, and sleep at night and not have anxiety and not be spinning, this assessment is so well worth it.
Thanks for that, Jodi. And thank you for sharing with us, because I know everyone may not necessarily be willing to pull back the curtain, so to speak, and show the dirty laundry in the back office, but you did. And we're okay with it. And I appreciate that. So again, thank you for your time. And for everyone that's listening, this is a great time to do at the beginning of the year as you're planning for the year. Now's the time to get the assessment so that your business is shored up and your systems are in place to support your goals for the year. Well, I hope you enjoyed my chat with Jodi and have some takeaways and things that you're going to think about. Let me remind you, if you want relief, clarity in your business, and the mental space to focus on the things you enjoy in your business, then it's time for a back office assessment. So go to theshannonbaker.com/assessment for the link to schedule that call with me. My calendar is up to date, so you can pick a date and time that works for both of us. And now is a great time to get this done so that you can create the systems you need to help you reach your goals this year. I also want to invite you to my free interactive workshop, which is taking place on Tuesday, January the 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about how to identify your mission and vision, how to pick a goal that fits the season your life is in, and we're going to talk about how you can take small steps to build a strong business foundation with scalable systems. This workshop will help you step into your power as the CEO of your business in 2023 and create success on your own terms. So go to theshannonbaker.com/workshop to grab your spot. I hope to see you there live because I'm doing a very special drawing that you do not want to miss out on. But I want to thank you again for tuning in this week, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode. So please feel free to DM me on Instagram at @the_Shannon Baker and let me know your thoughts, or just let me know that you tuned in. My goal is to help you enjoy your journey as an entrepreneur because I know it's not easy, but there is strength in numbers. So if you have any topics or ideas that you would like me to address on the podcast, be sure to reach out and let me know. Now that's all for now, and I hope you tune in next week to learn how to learn the tech skills you need to grow your business without an online course. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.